Recently, I went to Pulau Manukan with my friends. It was a great time and well spent with the people I cherish. And I actually spent way less than what you expect. With the rising cost of living in Malaysia, even a short getaway can feel out of reach. But I believe we all deserve a break without going broke. So, in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how I budgeted for this Pulau trip. So, let's get right into that. I'll be covering a few aspects in this video that includes transportation, accommodation, food and drinks, activities, and also emergency or buffers. First up, I'll be covering about transportation. Me and my friends carpooled together in one car to go to the Pulau and for the whole trip itself. We drove to the jetty and parked at a free parking area zone. During the weekend, it's actually free, where during the weekdays, it actually charges. When we go to the Airbnb, there's also a parking spot where you also need to go in and pay for it. But if you park outside the building, it's actually free. And from what we paid, from the afternoon until the next day when we check out, it's around 15 ringgit for like a whole day of check-in and check-out. The next part is our transportation to the Pulau itself, which is the boat. We went with a company called Beach Bum that actually somebody greeted us from the parking lot and they just bring us to this counter. But it's actually a good company that my brother also recommended. We paid around 35 ringgit per person, and this is a price of locals for us to go and come back from a Pulau. So this is just like a one trip price. There's actually a lot of different packages. There's like a 3 Pulau hopping package or a Pulau to Pulau packages. There's like different price where you guys can look through it. And when you reach the Pulau itself, there's actually a 8 ringgit entrance fee. This goes to every Pulau you step foot on. So when you arrive there will be a tour guide or someone to bring you to the pondok where you have to pay the fees. And in terms of locals, it's 8 ringgit. And I'm sorry, I don't know the international price. Next up, we got the activities. And from what we paid is actually free. We just went to the Pulau, went to find a spot at the side, and then just sunbathe and swim at the ocean. We didn't pay anything besides the entrance fee itself. But if you're looking to enjoy all the different activities that's available there, there's a list at different counter. The price actually varies from which company or which tour group you guys go to. From banana boat rides to snorkeling and even sea walking, each company actually charges a different price for the activities. And if you guys want to know more, you can do your own research on a company where you guys feel like you want to go with it. But for us, yeah, we actually learned for a free one because we just want to go there, enjoy and relax. Also, if you guys are going for a dip and need some kind of swimwear like fins or goggles, make sure you purchase them early before you went to the Pulau itself. Because back at the port is actually much more cheaper than you buy at the island. And let's take this for example. This one cost me 41 ringgit at the island itself. This pair of goggles cost me 45 ringgit. But if I just rented for the snorkeling gear at the counter, it actually costs 10 ringgit. So as you can see, the difference is actually quite differs. Oh, they do give you a life jacket when you go on the boat and until the island and until you come back. So you'll be wearing a life jacket for your whole trip to and come back from the island itself. Next up, we got food and drinks. This one actually is quite cheaper if you bring your own food to anywhere you go instead of just buying it on wherever that is. Especially Pulau price, they actually mark up quite high. So we bought some chips and some drinks. We bring our own water bottles and water to the Pulau itself. So we actually enjoy much less, let's say around 10 ringgit per person for our whole snacks there. And my friend who's a chef made an amazing breakfast burrito for us to enjoy at the beach also. When we came back from the Pulau, we're actually looking a place for lunch. And we went to a nearby place called Wisma Merdeka and to enjoy some new chap. If you guys don't know what is new chap, it's basically beef in soup with noodles. So yeah, and my lunch is most expensive of all, which is 30 ringgit, which my friends, they cost around like 17, 16 or even like 18 ringgit. I actually got the soup on the side with some noodles and a kopi ping, which is quite decent, a 20 ringgit for a meal itself. When it's time for dinner, We actually bought some groceries the day before to make sure we meal prep for our dinner. And my friend also cooked a delicious meal for us for the night to enjoy. He cooked some sobas with some lapchong rice and some teriyaki chicken and also miso soup with some tofu, which is quite delicious and fulfilling. And also we got some alcohol to enjoy, because what's a night without some alcohol? In terms of groceries, I would say it will cost around 30 ringgit per person, including all the chips and snacks and other like small things that we bought along the way. And we actually enjoy a great night, everyone together just eating and just watching the TV and Netflix with some weird shows that we put on too. My friends also bought some cakes for my belated birthday and another friend's early birthday. So it's like 2 of our birthdays together that we celebrated in this short little getaway. Accommodation also plays an important part in your budget and also your satisfaction throughout the whole trip. That is why we chose an Airbnb that is located inside of Cheselton Quay. Cheselton Quay is also right beside of Cheselton Point, where all the boats, ferry, jetty and everything is located. And below Cheselton Quay, it houses a lot of restaurants, cafes, convenience stores and also Dobby. So there's a lot to explore in that place if you're a person who likes to eat out, find cafes, or just walk around the building itself. For our Airbnb, we actually paid 227 ringgit and 40 cents for a studio unit that can house 5 people through booking.com. But if you guys manage to find anything cheaper, that would actually be better. During our stay in the Airbnb, we actually encountered some problems. Like when we connect to the internet, there's actually no internet at all. And when we called the receptionist, they asked us to call to other floor's internet, which we failed to find. So we ended up just using our hotspot itself. Also, the kitchen is quite basic. They only have like plates and cups and basically one pan. So we ended up just going out to a convenience store to find some chopping blocks, some knives for us to chop and cook our meal for our dinner. Next time when it comes to choosing accommodation, you will actually need to look through the place itself, whether it suits your needs, what you want to do inside, and whether it suits the price of your budget or not. And lastly, we got emergencies. These are money that you would use for any unexpected situations. Like the Airbnb itself, it doesn't have any cooking utilities, so we ended up having to go to a convenience store to purchase it for us to cook at the Airbnb. And also, these goggles, not really an emergency, but it's also something that I use my emergency money for, to buy something for me to enjoy the experience. In terms of how much you should save or prepare, I would say you would prepare around like 15% more or 200 ringgit more for any unexpected things to arise during any situation. This helps you ease a little bit pressure when any sudden things or any unexpected big money that you have to fork out during the trip, and you don't actually feel guilty for spending your money because you actually prepared some to spend it on the trip itself. In conclusion, for the whole trip itself, I actually spent around 170 plus ringgit, plus minus, for the whole trip for me to enjoy and some buffer for me to stand by. This trip also reminded me that joy doesn't have to be expensive. What mattered the most was laughter, memories, and the people that you enjoy with. If you're planning for a trip soon, I hope this video helps you feel more confident about your budgets. And don't forget to help me like, share, and subscribe for more future videos. Until then, ciao.